are here today, and we're going to do a bonsai that I promised you I was going to do a really long time ago, but then I got busy. So we're going to repot this tree, this mini tree. Really cool. So you usually buy them like this from the store, and then you go buy the rust separate. So this is my bonsai bowl for this tree, and basically all you need is rocks. These ones are glued together. I don't know why. It was out of an old bonsai, out of the bonsai that I had done before, and they were just glued. So, or they had glued themselves over the years. And then we're gonna add this, just a decorative rock of whatever sort. You can add whatever you want. You can add nothing. It's completely up to you guys. And then a really nice nutrient depleted soil. Can you see that? It's really, really good. So basically what this is a micro mini amount of soil, wood chips that are about 1 inch in size. It's actually orchid mix is what we're using today. Less the sphagnum moss. And then there's some rocks in here and quite a bit of sand. So what we do is about 50% wood chips, 25% potting soil of some sort, and then 25% of sand. Maybe you do a little bit more sand if you want. The reason being is it's the art of bonsai. It is not about giving your plant a premium living condition. So that's a really important part to think about. We aren't trying to grow this plant. We're not trying to make it into a big tree or anything like that. We are literally, it's an art farm. So we want to put it in nutrient depleted soil. We want to put it in soil that doesn't hold moisture very well. So we have to be forced to care for this plant on a regular basis, normally daily. And yeah. So what we're going to do is I'm actually going to take you guys off the stand you're on and then move you over to a place where you will not see my face and you will just see the dish and what we're working on, because you don't need to see my face while we repot a bonsai. Unless if you want to see my shirt. I went to Chichen Itza. I went to Mexico. And it was awesome! Playa del Carmen is awesome. The whole area is awesome. The Yucatan state is awesome. So for all my people from Mexico that watch my videos, you have a great place that you live. I am so jealous. The plants that I try to grow here and can't to save my life, you guys just grow in your gardens just anywhere, which is just ridiculous. So I'm so jealous. If you guys haven't been, you really should go. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit scared of going to Mexico because people always tell me like, oh, Mexico, it's so creepy, it's so bad, all that stuff, but that was not what I experienced at all. I don't know, maybe it was where I was staying, I'm not sure, but I loved it. It was so awesome. I'm totally going back. But Tulum, Chichen Itza, all that historic stuff, right up my freaking alley. The plants are right up my alley. Not gonna lie, I wasn't really there to drink and party. I know that sounds so bad, but I'm a total loner and a total nerd, and I went with my grandparents and my parents, so my grandma's pretty wild, but you know, she's not off the rocker wild. So I will transfer you guys over to my table. I gotta move my lights and everything, so if I look like I've been laboring, that's probably why. Breaking a sweat and all that stuff, and I will talk to you guys here pretty quick. Hold on, right on. Okay, so here is our bonsai we are working with today. We just simply take him out of the container. Now, he was planted in mostly dirt. They want them to do well in the stores, right? You don't want a bonsai planted in a bonsai medium that's staying in a grocery store or a greenhouse for 5 months because it's gonna die. So when they send them from the nurseries, they are going to send them in a full potting soil medium, so that those guys don't have to go through nearly as much work to try to keep them alive. So we are just going to slowly work on this roots here and give it a massage. Don't worry about breaking the roots off. That's not a big deal, actually. If you have a lot of roots on your bonsai, I recommend cutting them down. Art of Bonsai, remember you do not want to give it ideal growing conditions, so we're just gonna get a little bit of a massage. We are gonna use this soil. It's going into a substantially larger container, so that little bit of extra soil is not gonna hurt anything. Okay, so we cleared out some of the soil, and all we're going to do is we are going to push up on the edges here. Now there's no slow release fertilizer or anything in here. I use liquid fertilizer with these guys when I do decide to fertilize them once a month. So as you can see, they were pot bound. These roots are starting to go with the pot, so I did separate these out. He's not left with a lot of roots, so I'm not going to turn back the roots. I actually ripped off quite a few here, so just plug them in there. Now, in a situation where he doesn't have a bunch of soil, you may need to wire him to the bottom of the pot, but if he stands on his own, for the most part, it's probably okay. So then we will just move this stuff in on it. Put this extra soil back in. So, he is not centered. Usually the Art of Bonsai, you won't have it centered. Completely up to you though, where you want to put him. Now from here, generally with the Art of Bonsai, we will cover this up with some sort of something. You never leave it bare. The reason being is that when you water, because there is such little soil in this container, we don't want to displace any. That goes from watering from the top, and that goes from watering from the bottom. If we water from the bottom, soil will float out. If we water from the top, soil will obviously part ways, and you'll have issues. So that's why a lot of bonsai keepers do have the rocks in there, because that is their watering platform. So they'll water onto these rocks specifically, or whatever the case may be. So we will just push these rocks into place. You don't have to cover the whole thing with rocks if you don't want, just the areas that you're going to water from. So generally on all four sides you will have rocks, because you will want to make sure you're getting a level watering. If you're planning to water from the top, like fill up a container from the top, from the bottom upwards, then make sure you cover the whole thing up. If not, then you should be okay. So let's get this guy in there too. So, we are bonsai'd up. Let's get a good view of it. So, we have bonsaified this plant officially. There you guys go. There you have it. That is how you make your bonsai beautiful. I probably will add some more rocks to this, just some aquarium gravel or whatever the case is, maybe some sphagnum around the tops and the edges, whatever you want. But that's it. That's all for this guy. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed bonsai. I'm kind of into it a little bit. I'm not a bonsai professional by any means. There's some people that are like, that's all they do. So I don't have a bunch of bonsai plants because they are so heavy duty maintenance. I am going to repot a money tree in a smaller bonsai dish, so make sure you watch that video as well. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you do subscribe. I do gardening videos, from vegetables and fruits to sunny gardens to shady gardens to indoor plants to orchids to bonsais to whatever. I have a pretty open interest in everything when it comes to plants, so I love them, just like you guys probably do too if you're watching this video. So make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Send me some comments, some questions. I love them. I love starting discussions on in the comment section. I've met some really good people so far on YouTube doing that, so make sure to do that. If you don't like the video, just don't do anything. No, just kidding. Let me know why you don't like the video. I'd be really interested to hear your thoughts and all that stuff. I'm new to gardening, or new to gardening-ish. I mean, I did 4 years in university for soil science and horticulture / plant science. So, and I'm doing a master's in horticulture right now. So yeah, I'm young in the scheme of planting, because I know my grandma has been planting for 50 years at least. So I only have like 10 years under my belt, maybe. So yeah, I always like to hear what you guys do, what tips and tricks you use and all that stuff. Some things work for some people, some things don't work for other people, and it usually has to do with the area you're in. Everything from people with sunny yards to shady yards to south-facing, east, like all those things will determine like what soil is going to work, what water is going to work, what fertilizer is going to work, what plants are going to work. But it's always really interesting to hear all the different methods that people use. So make sure you start a discussion if you want to. Peace, love, and plants. You guys have an awesome spring. I hope it's going great so far. I will be uploading videos pretty regularly from here on out for the next little bit. But yeah, talk to you guys later. Bye.